What's up, people? It's your girl Adiola. Guys, let's talk about the richest country in the entire world in terms of natural resources, the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo, once again at war, and why this concerns you. Once again, Rwanda is using the same script, the same excuse that they've used in the past to indirectly invade Congo, allegedly. If you're wondering how it's possible that Rwanda, a country with a population of 14 million, is once again allegedly the one behind the rebel group that is causing unrest in the DRC, a country of 103 million people, well, it's because a number of Western countries, the US, France, and Belgium, are backing Rwanda. Now, let me quickly talk to Rwandans because your president is being accused of being behind the unrest in Congo, the DR Congo, while allegedly stealing Congo's natural resources through the back door. Now, those who allege this say that they have evidence, by the way, and we'll get to that later. Rwandans, please move closer. We get it. We get it that you love your president. He has transformed your country. You are always, and I mean always, defending him each time someone says something about your president that you don't like. But before you defend him this time around with what is happening in Congo, I think you should at least know what some people are saying with evidence, not me, of course, who am I, about the role of your president, the role of your government in the new war that is taking place right now next door to you in Goma. That is not Kivu province of Congo. Now, we know that the problem started when the map of Africa was drawn by Europeans. I mean, they have people that did not necessarily want to be a country. They drew the map and they had them together as a country. They drew lines that placed the Tutsis into different countries. That is Kagame's tribe, by the way. So you have Tutsis in Rwanda, you have them in Congo, you have them in Uganda, just like we have Yorubas in Benin and Nigeria. And then you also have Hutus in Rwanda, you have them in Congo. And these tribal issues led to several tribal clashes, the worst of them being the genocide in Rwanda that happened in 1994. But it didn't stop there. Guys, since that genocide in 1994 that killed 800,000 people, Rwanda and eventually the M23 rebels have invaded the Democratic Republic of Congo a number of times now, always in the name of going after the Hutus, the perpetrators of the genocide that happened in 1994. For how long would we invade another country in the name of this? Killing millions of Congolese people. I mean, more than 5 million Congolese people died during the Second Congo War alone. And many people will say that that is a conservative estimate. 9 African nations and approximately 25 armed groups were involved at that time, making it one of the largest wars in African history. Now, Kagame has consistently denied being involved, but the UN has several evidence to prove otherwise. Now, this new war that just started last week has already claimed the lives of at least 2,900 people, according to the UN, and they said that the number will go up. In their defense in Rwanda, and you will hear Kagame say this a lot, they are saying that the FDLR, that's the Hutu rebel responsible for the Rwandan genocide in 1994, they are saying that they are still active in eastern Congo, attacking Tutsis in Congo. In fact, the M23 is saying that they are invading Congo in order to go and protect the Tutsis in Congo. They said that the Tutsis are being marginalized in Congo. However, this is confusing because it doesn't make sense that you said that you are going after the Hutus to protect Tutsis. You took control of Goma, where there is natural resources. Is this about natural resources of protecting people? You also took control of the airport, cutting off much needed humanitarian aid to hundreds of thousands of displaced people. How is that protecting the Tutsis? Now, keep in mind that some of the people that have been killed in Goma in the last 1 week are soldiers, but not just soldiers from Congo. You have soldiers from other countries fighting with them to protect them. 14 South African soldiers have been killed in this conflict, and that one alone is already causing tension between Rwanda and South Africa. Both presidents are going at each other right now. But not just soldiers have been killed. You have children. Children were killed in this conflict. Children, young boys and girls, babies, infants. You have women, you have pregnant women being killed. Innocent men just trying to protect their wives and children are being killed. You have bodies on the streets of Goma in Congo. Some people say that about 500,000 people have been displaced, but some believe it's up to 2 million people that have been displaced right now. Meanwhile, since last year, despite the fact that your president has repeatedly denied any involvement, the UN said that they have photographs, that they have drone footage, they have video recordings, they have testimonies and intelligence to back this claim. First of all, they said that they have evidence that Rwandan military officers often visited the M23 rebel camp where they are being trained at a hilly terrain not far from Rwanda's border. They also mentioned Sultani Makenga, who fought for Kagame in the early 1990s in Rwanda, is now the M23's military chief, and that he attended some of the passing out ceremonies of 3,000 new recruits that joined in October of 2024. And then the UN estimated that between 3,000 and 4,000 Rwandan army troops are on the ground in the DRC.
So let me ask this directly, Mr. President. Today, on the 3rd of February, does Rwanda currently have any troops at all in Eastern DRC?
I don't know.
You're the commander-in-chief.
Yeah, there are many things I don't know.
They also said that the advanced weapons that the M23 rebel is using is not available to any of the other numerous armed groups that are operating in eastern Congo, and that they were supplied by the Rwandan government. For example, Rwandan forces and the M23 allegedly fired 122mm rocket hitting displacement camps. This means they are shooting at refugees. How is that protecting the interest of the Tutsis? The M23 is also using anti-tank guided missiles made in Israel. And they're using technology to interfere with GPS. They were able to stop Congolese army from flying the drones that they acquired from China. So Congolese army is buying drones from China and they're able to stop them. They are jamming their GPS signals. They're basically saying, how is a rebel group able to afford all this? And of course, President Kagame has dismissed all these UN reports. He wants everybody's attention to focus on the activities of the FDLR. Again, that's the Hutu rebel group that was responsible for the genocide that happened in Rwanda in 1994. He is saying that their presence in Congo makes Congo an unsafe neighbor. Now, more importantly, why is there so much interest in Congo? Well, it is the richest country when it comes to natural resources. Now, the interesting thing, though, is that Rwanda, the next door neighbor, is now the biggest exporter of coltan. That's a rare mineral that is used to make tantalum, which is used in many electronic devices and in the automotive industry. They use this thing in making cell phones, laptops, cameras, and the inside of cars. But guess what? Congo is the one with the biggest reserve of coltan. But Rwanda is the biggest exporter, and people are like, how come Rwanda is the biggest exporter of something that belongs to its neighbor? And they've been the biggest exporter for many years. In defense of Rwandans, they will tell you that they also have coltan in their country. But many people in Congo believe that it is their natural resources that Paul Kagame is using to develop Rwanda. That's why it is very hard to put Rwandans and Congolese people in the same room. Trust me, I've been there. It is not pretty.
And Rwanda exports coltan, for instance, which does not exist here, is smuggled from DRC.
No, please, I invite you. We'll show you where we mine coltan.
Rwanda has consistently denied taking resources from Congo, of course. But let's just go back to May of last year. Just May of last year, when this same rebel group, M23, captured a mining town in Congo. The town is known as Rubaya. According to the UN, in December of last year, just December alone, this rebel group, M23, now collects at least $800,000, American dollars, every month from the taxation of coltan in Rubaya. And not just that, they ensure that around 120 tons of this coveted mineral is being sent directly to Rwanda every 4 weeks, every month, 120 tons. In fact, the UN have satellite images to show that a road was widened in September of last year, after M23 took over there, on the Congolese side of the Kibumba border in order to allow access for heavy trucks to carry natural resources into Rwanda. So they are basically carrying resources from Congo to Rwanda every month. That is just since May of last year, which is conflicting because the M23 rebels claim to be fighting for Tutsis in Congo, but they are allegedly taking resources through the back door into Rwanda. Why should you care about Congo, a country that has been exploited for ages? Besides the fact that this has caused a humanitarian crisis for hundreds of thousands of Congolese people, if not millions, in the eastern part of the DRC. Besides the fact that men, women, children, babies, pregnant women are being killed. Imagine losing your home, losing your life, and being on the run. But besides all of that, which are enough reasons for you to care, by the way. Number one, this can easily spill into neighboring countries. Refugees may start fleeing to other countries. DRC is surrounded by Angola, Burundi, Central African Republic, the Republic of Congo, that is Congo-Brazzaville, Rwanda, Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, and Zambia. So this is not just about the people of DRC, it's also about their neighbors. More importantly, the reason that you should care is that Rwanda is allegedly not operating alone. A lot of big countries, Western countries, are backing Rwanda. And you should care because if Congo can be truly free from foreign forces, both from abroad